here we go. Wednesday, 18 June, the big show here, JD, your aggregator-in-chief, searching the globe for the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Good to have you on board. We always do appreciate when you carve out some of your time to spend it with us here on the program, where we like our flying a little turbulent, our politics a little messy, and our women a little crazy. Marcella working the dials. Brad, somewhat pale today, producing the program. I'll tell you about that in just a second. Emails at the website, jerrydoyle.com. And Brad's paleness has something to do with the poll question that I have up there today at the website, jerrydoyle.com. Obama is painting Romney as a big, evil, greedy capitalist who outsourced U.S. jobs during his time at Bain Capital. Well, it turns out Big O took $120,000 from Bain Capital, and he invests in companies that outsourced and outsources U.S. jobs. So what do you say to this? 19% say there's no difference in both candidates. 15% say Big O is selling Bain BS. And 67% say Obama is a political douchebag. Now, Brad had a little problem with my poll question answers. He said, do you really want to go into the douchebag category with Obama? I mean, you're talking about the President of the United States. I'm not talking about the President of the United States. I have the utmost respect for the office of the presidency. I have respect for House and Senate positions, but not necessarily the people that hold them. And with regard to Obama, he is just another political douchebag. Now, I know you're a little uncomfortable with that, Brad, but this guy has lost me. He lost me politically from day one when he was a senator in the United States, but he's lost me personally because here's a guy that got by on being a nice guy, that got by on being a good husband, that got by on being a good father and a good neighbor. Well, how neighborly is it of this person, Obama, to be out lying to people, preying on their dependency, their naivete, or their stupidity, or all three, just so he can get reelected? That's unacceptable. You're supposed to be a good guy. You're supposed to be a good husband. You're supposed to be a good father. You're supposed to be a good neighbor. Now, Obama, I believe, was fully committed to Keynesian economic policy and socialism. And I thought there was a certain honesty in what it was that he was selling. He is what he is. But he always appeared to be something better as a person. But he's exposed himself now to be just another political douchebag. When you know that something's not working in someone else's best interest, when you know that what you're doing is wrong and what you're saying is a lie and the promises that you're making will not be kept, what are you other than a douchebag? That's not being neighborly. This is the whole Democrat, it takes a village. This guy's steamrolling the people in the village just so he can get reelected. That's rude. You know, I used to say, well, I think he's a cool guy. I'd like to have a beer with him. No more. I'm done. I was done with him politically. I was done with him policy-wise from day one. But there was always something about Obama, the person, that I thought was, at least as a socialist, he's honest about it. He's always told us exactly what it was that he was all about. Under his plan, electricity rates will necessarily skyrocket. You can't heat your home. You can't eat as much as you want. You can't drive your SUVs. He told us everything that he was about politically, but he sold us something else personally. And I look at these people that are out there cheering him on. A lot of them are stupid. But a lot of them have become dependent on the government. Dependent on a government that was selling these policies as a person who says, I understand, I connect, I'm here to help you. He's not. He's not. He's just another political douchebag. Obama the person, not the President of the United States. And there's a distinction between the two. Now, I know, Brad, you're a little uncomfortable with the whole DB moniker that's been placed on BO. But I guarantee you, I'm not the only one that says Obama has jumped the real human being shark. Because you got to know that what you're doing, policy-wise, economically, isn't working. The numbers don't lie. Politicians lie about the numbers. They do it on both sides of the aisle. But you're looking at people in the audience that are saying, help me. What are you going to do for me? How is what you're proposing going to benefit me? I'd like a job. I'd like an ability to move up into the middle class. I'd like an ability to get a job, to keep a job, to be able to put some money away for retirement. I'd like to be able to educate my kids in a way that's going to allow them to compete in the 21st century. Yeah. Gotcha. I got you. And how does he go about manifesting what he's all about now? Is when you look at the numbers and the numbers say that what you're doing doesn't work. Then you have to lie to people. Then you have to play class warfare. Then you have to sell fairness or the unfairness of the current system. The very same system that he is benefiting from politically, that he's vilifying with regard to Romney's affiliation with Bain Capital. Mitt Romney, since he's been a senator till now, has taken $120,000 from Bain Capital. I thought Bain Capital was evil. So which is it? Is it bad or is it good? It may be bad in what you're trying to lie to these dependent people about, but it's good politically to help you get reelected so you can continue to lie. Obama lies about Romney's role in Bain Capital and outsourcing jobs, but yet Obama and his wife have up to $500,000 invested in companies that outsource jobs like Apple and General Electric and IBM. So which is it? Are you a good neighbor? Are you a good guy? No, you're not. You're just another political douchebag. That's what Obama the person is. Now, maybe it's not good politics to square up with people and to tell them the truth. Maybe he has a difficult time looking in the mirror and facing the fact that his political ideology, his socialist DNA, which he cannot betray, isn't working. But a funny thing happened along the way. Because Obama was a celebrity president. He was a rock star. But something happens, and you can't quite put your finger on what it is. Brad said, well, what was it? Was it the Bain Capital financing report? No. Was it the fact that he invested in these companies that outsource jobs? No. It wasn't any one thing. When did you know it was over with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife? When she walked out? Physically leaving for women is just a formality, Brad. They leave a long time before they physically leave.
I didn't notice.
You can watch the emotional erosion take place right before your very eyes. Physically leaving is, yeah, I saw that coming. But is it any one thing? Is it always the toothpaste cap on the toothpaste? Well, that's it. We're getting a divorce. No, it's not. It's something that happens, that chips away at the relationship, which is exactly the same thing as far as the person Obama with me. Slowly over time, I've watched his lies, I've watched his attempts to manipulate, and to even get more and more people dependent upon him to this big political messiah that's going to save you, that's going to rescue them, that's going to lift them up, that's going to be their life raft in the turbulent seas of this evil, greedy, capitalist society that we live in. Not to say that there aren't problems in the evil, greedy, psychopath, capitalist society that we live in, because there are. But as a person, and maybe I'm asking too much, to have a person and a politician and a person, two people in one. But I've never been into the political stratus that these guys are, where the stakes are just so enormous that maybe you're forced to compromise your person because of the pressure that you're getting politically. But I would like to think, and this is maybe part of the problem that we have today in the country with our politicians, is that somewhere along the way they lose their soul. They sell their soul. They become the politician, and they forget about the person who went there to do something different for the people that they represent. And Obama is out there flat out lying to people. And the only reason he's doing it is because he wants their vote. He wants their vote so he can get reelected to do what? Do you honestly think that with the policies of this socialist president and this socialist Democrat Party, that any of the policies that they supposedly are going to put in place is ultimately going to be the life raft that they need, or the lifeboat that saves them, or the tide that rises them up to the middle class? It's not. It's a fallacy. A fallacy that's being sold to the dependent, to the needy, to the stupid. And what was the commercial? An educated consumer is our best customer? Well, maybe it's just the opposite in this political environment. Maybe it's an uneducated, needy, dependent voter who is a socialist best customer. That's Obama, the political douchebag. Not Obama, the president. And as you know on this program, when people come on this program, I always refer to them as congressman, congresswoman, senator, Mr., doctor, never by their first name. And even when they tell me to call them by their first name, I was raised to have respect for the position and the title. But that's different from having respect for the person, and I have lost all respect for Barack Obama, the political douchebag, the person.
The Jerry Doyle Show.
No color yet returning to Brad's face. Am I alone in this, folks? Or has Obama jumped the personality shark for you, too? 800-876-4123. Join me.
This is the Jerry Doyle Show.